Okay, here we go. This is the first semi-final. This is Terrible 2 versus the Fossils. This is the first semi-final. Martian Avalon from Terrible 2. Fossils over Off Naught and Blacklight. Blacklight has renamed themselves to Bad Cake recently. Saw in previous rounds that Team Terrible 2 is using the frigates. Game's stuttering a bit here as we load in. Meanwhile, Off Naught with the rail destroyers. Team 2 does have the pair of monitors with the R550s and R400 combo. Should help them get through the jamming that we know the frigates have. Jamming is definitely something that's so sorry to wake you struggle to manage to get through. 320mm Axford sitting up, ready to go broadside on. Elint shuttle looking over to the left, warning. Hopefully this 320mm Axford has some RPF. Wherever the ammo rack is. Yeah, 700 rounds of RPF. Neither team currently able to spot the other side. Point defense on this ship is definitely strong side, weak side format. no point defense on this side instead of having a interrupt jammer and an antenna. Frigates gathering down low, not coming out at this point in time. Meanwhile, Team 2 content to sit up high and wait for the enemy to come to them. Sending the sprinter down low to get the pinard track, well, pinard line of bearing. Not currently trying to aim the lock. This does have radar, is flicking it on and off. Frigate does get detected. Only briefly, now using its jammer to stay hidden. Being jammed in return. Not that it matters at this stage because it has turned its radar off. Using the illuminators to try and increase the signature so they can get a lock, and they have indeed gotten a lock. Lock has been broken. Jammer has run out of charge on this sprinter. Is now taking fire. Well, at least it's being fired at, no hits yet. Frigate's still not yet spotted. They are just at the edge of the cone of this R550. Either too far away or the signature's too small at this point. does have an adaptive. Gotten a track on two of the frigates, one of the frigates. And the track is now gone again. But they know roughly where they are coming from now, at least. Looks like this might not be able to power both the R550 and the R400 at the same time. There we go, frigates are now fully visible and tracked by an R550, so the track quality will be decent. They are jamming, but not jamming this monitor at the moment, which is the thing that's actually spotting them. Railgun rounds inbound, but no hits so far. Oh, starting to get hits on this frigate. RPF inbound as well. RPF targeting the Floodlight Bullseye frigate at this point. Switching to the Sarissa frigate. And they are targeting their return fire on the heavy cruiser. That's the one thing firing RPF at them. Two of the frigates have been pretty heavily mauled. In return, they have not dealt any significant damage to the heavy cruiser. They are currently trying to RPF this sprinter out of action. Not that that is what's detecting them right now. 320 is showing their inaccuracy at the moment. So inaccurate that they're not even getting the RPF proximity charges. These ships getting pretty heavily overwhelmed by the fires set by the railguns at this point. Only 2 teams per. With only 2 DC teams per frigate, these are going to have a very hard time clearing all the fires and critical events caused by the railguns. .450s from Blacklight's line ship, mostly overpenning or missing. You can see all the fires on the ship. Main bus short, atmosphere leak. Fire, fire. Atmosphere leak, bearing service bent. Giving it a turret reverse and turret elevation penalty. It will take quite some time for all of these critical events to be cleared from the ship. Team 2 still more than content to just chill up the top here. 25 minutes remain. No ships currently deceased, but if it continues like this, Team 1 definitely has taken more damage. If it would go to judge's decision in this current situation, we definitely call this a win for Team 2. Just been completely suppressed here so far. First missile out. One S3H Kyber going towards the heavy cruiser, taken out handily by the RPF rounds from the 320s. Going to have to launch more than that to get a hit. Sweepers going towards the radar monitor. The Sarissa's close enough to support. Doesn't look like they are. Missiles staging. Missiles missing. These are possibly ARAD missiles. Would make sense why they're missing if the radars are off. Interesting that they're still staging. But no hits from either of those salvos. No significant damage to this heavy cruiser yet. Some hits on the underslung turret, but not currently sufficient to do any major damage. Sarissa ship clearly been detached at the moment due to its inability to keep up with the main group. They are going to need to fire something other than RPF at this ship. Currently being shielded by the radar jamming from the Sprinter. One frigate group is distracting the heavy cruiser and the rest of the main fleet. Do you think they'd be better off focusing their fire on something other than the heavy cruiser, but they might not be able to see anything else or get a lock on anything else? They can see these line ships, but not targeting them at the moment. Definitely want this monitor dead. Probably want to fire armor piercing at this. At this angle, it can probably resist HE fairly well. More missiles inbound, but again, they miss. Oh, no. One of them does get a hit. Currently locked from the right-hand side. Both teams wanting to kill something in order to guarantee their victory here. If this monitor goes down, it could quite easily be something that can give them the win. Sarissa Frigate does get killed. Team 2 with the first actual kill on the board. Missile staging once again. Will all be hits this time, and that does kill the monitor. Team 1 getting their first kill on the board just moments after Team 2 gets theirs. Looks like this might have been hit by some missile whilst we were distracted. Killing one of the monitors could be pretty significant. That's one less tool that Team 2 has to circumvent jamming. Although the second monitor is currently keeping these frigates tracked now that they're in the open. Kyber missiles staging. Sarissa's missing now that they're staged and they're getting their things that evasive maneuvers. Oh, that could be pretty significant. They have lost the second monitor. It's not dead, but it's not going to be getting its power back. Which means they have lost the long-range tracking radars. That was a pretty lucky hit. One of the missiles that targeted the Ocello went wild due to jamming and then targeted the other monitor instead. Destroyer goes down. That gives Team 1 a definitive lead in the kills. Sorry, not Monitor goes down, Keystone goes down. They do now have multiple angles of fire on this heavy cruiser. The OSP 320s without their RPF having a hard time getting any hits on the frigates. And without that long-range tracking radar, they are actually having a much harder time maintaining tracks on these things. Focusing this one with RPF and getting the odd hit from the other non-RPF guns. And that is it. They don't have tracks on any ship anymore apart from this dead one. It was entirely unintentional, but that lucky hit on the monitor, the second scout monitor, has probably turned the tide in this fight. Purely because that means there's very few options that Team 2 have to actually circumvent the jamming anymore. No sweepers remain, no Kybers remain, so they no longer have any missile capability. And they are focusing all of their fire onto this Axford at this moment in time. And with 2 lines of attack on it, it's a lot harder for it to angle its armor. Do have a lock on this frigate. It's currently getting the undivided attention of all of the hostile fire. And indeed, its second frigate goes down. They are somewhat splitting fire. Third frigate destroyed. Not sure who currently actually has the points lead in terms of kills, because I am not sure whether the Monitor and the Destroyer are more points than these 3 frigates. Cello was in 120 range. They are sending this other Monitor forwards, not entirely sure why. It would actually be useful for Team 1 to kill that off while they can. Because remember, if this does go to Judge's decision, it's entirely based on the percentage of points killed. So ideally they do want to try and focus something and kill it. That, and it's also probably what's detecting them right now, considering how close it is. Nope, they have indeed decided to kill it. Looks like they might only be targeting it with the 120s though. Some of their guns are, other guns are targeting it. Oh, and it's dead. Kill number 3 for Team 1. That distraction gone, they should switch fire, and they are going to switch fire to the Axford. Axford's now turning its bow towards the enemy again. This Axford is built pretty heavily, it does have 5 restores remaining, so it probably won't die within the next 6.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Team 1 have lost a 4th frigate. This frigate has been weapon kill. Blanket frigate has half its blankets remaining. Yep, CIC is in the lower slot here, so it's going to be hard to knock that out. Team 1 really needs to just pick something and try and kill it. They are trying to close on the destroyers from behind. That will be quite useful. The second formation has found the destroyers. Has already killed one of them while I wasn't looking. I would probably argue that these 2 destroyers and 2 monitors probably cost more than the 4 frigates that they've lost so far. If they can get another destroyer kill, that would be pretty useful. It's only a basic CIC. Hanging on at 10%. And the basic CIC is down. Does still have a restore, so it's not dead yet. Because it can still technically restore that CIC. It's only a small locker, not a reinforce, so it takes a couple more hits, it will get destroyed. Meanwhile, a 5th frigate has been killed. This is going to be a tough one to call, I think, for the judge when this goes to a judge's decision. Yeah, it is destroyed. Need to switch fire. Total 3 destroyers, 2 monitors killed for Team 1 versus 5 frigates. Two minutes 40 seconds remain. Any kills in the next 2 minutes are going to matter a lot. The Ocello is in fact charging the lines. If it manages to bag a frigate or 2, that would be excellent. On the other hand, it could also get itself killed doing this. It is out of restores. Does have a Citadel CIC though, so it will be quite difficult to take down. This heavy cruiser, 5 restores remaining. Unlikely to die in the next minute and a half. Well, minute 50 seconds. 6th frigate has been lost. Trying to target this destroyer at the moment, they get their last kill. In terms of things they can kill right now, Ocello is probably not one of them. Although this Ocello looks very beaten up, it's a Citadel CIC. Citadel CICs are not easy to destroy. Especially with the weapons Team 1 has. Blacklight probably using that Ocello as bait to stop them from targeting other things at the moment. "20 seconds to go. No power left on this. Oh, never mind. Power came back as I said that. Battle over. Will require a judge's decision, but it's probably going to be in favor of Team 2. Well, we'll have to wait and see what the judge's decision will be, as they're not currently present in the call. And we won't know who advances to the final until then. Thank you for watching, and I will update you shortly soon with the team that advances to the final. There is one more semi-final to do. That's my team with Flard against the Frontier Fox Knights, and then we'll have the final